Welcome to Datoro's Handmade Beauty, and the purpose of this video is to show you how handmade bar soap is made. And we're going to be starting with a simple recipe of a laundry bar soap. Simple, very simple recipe. The purpose of this video is to show you, how oils are mixed together with other raw materials and it forms soap. It's so amazing. It's a miracle, honestly. So first of all, you're going to grab your popcorn, relax, sit down and watch this video. You're going to watch it more than once, okay? So let's start. Now, the soap we're going to start with is a laundry wash. You can use to wash your plates, you can use to wash your clothes. Okay, because this is one of the soaps I start with whenever I'm teaching my students on how to make soap. Okay, so like when you want to cook jollof rice, you have ingredients. So let's start with the ingredients that we need. First off is our palm kernel oil, or what we call PKO, right? That's one. Then the next one is our distilled water. That's what we use, in making soap, good clean water, right? And the next one, this is the powerful one. This is sodium hydroxide. And this is a chemical that you need to be very careful about. When making handmade soap, you need to work in a well-ventilated area. You need to ensure that that area is free of pets and free of children. You also need to make sure that you are wearing your nose mask, especially if you have if you're asthmatic. You have to make sure that you put your nose masks, you work in a well-ventilated area. Please always work in a well-ventilated area. All right, so this here is what we call sodium hydroxide. Another name for it in the marketplace is caustic soda. All right, it is sodium hydroxide. This is what we mix with oils, various oils, to get our soap. Sodium hydroxide. What did I say? Oh, you're listening. All right, so these are the three ingredients that we need, but we also need other things, right? So we need our measuring scale. As a soap formulator, as a skincare formulator, we measure all the time. So we have our scale, and then we have our spoons to mix. I started right from my auntie's kitchen, so I inherited some spoons for eating, which are no more for eating and now for soap. So I have some spoons I need to use to mix, and then I have measuring cup. This is my old measuring cup, okay? So when you get yours, it'll be newer than this. Okay, so this is our measuring cup. We need a measuring cup, and okay, I use this to scoop the lye from the big batch, right? So remember, this is sodium hydroxide, or you can call it caustic soda, or you can call it, lye is the whole mixture, okay? So sodium hydroxide, caustic soda, or lye. Those are the three names that, they can go by. Then we also need our gloves. Soap makers, we need our gloves. Now, there are different types of gloves. We have these ones. We also have these nylon ones, right? Now, in order to make soap, you have to have a recipe. And remember, I said it's laundry soap. Now, the idea of this video is to show you. I just want to quickly show you how handmade soap is made. We're going to be mixing oils and sodium hydroxide to get soap. Isn't that amazing? All right, so we have our recipe. You make sure you write it down. It's very, very important. Calculate it and write it down, okay? So we're going to be working with palm kernel oil, 500 grams. Okay. So we need this, 500 grams. And then our lye is 80.09 grams. And then our distilled water is 187.1 grams, ml, so I have my recipe. It's very, very important. Remember what I said. Work in a well-ventilated area. For those of you who will need nose mask, I don't like to use nose mask, okay? always work in a well ventilated area. Very, very important. So let's continue. Now we start making. Remember, let's wear our gloves. Very important. You know, we're working with sodium hydroxide, and when we mix it, it gets hot. It gets hot. Okay, so I have worn my gloves. Great. So let's start working. So we have our cup. We're going to put it on our measuring, on our scale, and then we put it on. Remember, we have our recipe, right? We have our recipe. So let's, first of all, let's measure our water. The water that we need is 100 and... This is my measuring cup. I'm using 187.1 grams or ml, sorry. So I have this as my measuring cup, so 187. The lines are showing, so I'm putting it. Let's see, 150, close to, yep. So I've measured my water. This is my measuring cup, right? So that is sorted, and I put it aside. Next, I have my bowl to measure my oil, right? Put it on my scale, put it on. So it's on 0. I always start measuring with 0, right? So the amount of palm kernel oil I need is 500 grams. So let's go. Grams. I have to be very focused so that I measure 500 grams. Okay. Almost there. It gets tricky like this. I have to just ta-da. Great, so that's 500 grams. Remember I showed you I had measured my sodium hydroxide, right? And what we're now going to do is mix our sodium hydroxide into our water. So we're going to be mixing this into this, right? Please do not pour your water into, and we're going to mix it gently. So this is our sodium hydroxide, this is our water. So we can use, I have either a wooden spoon or a stainless steel, or if you have your spatula, you can also use that. All right, so we're going to start measuring gently. So we're going to be pouring it bit by bit. So it's hot, and I don't know if you would see some flames. So that's why I said, please always walk in a well-ventilated area. Always walk in a well-ventilated area. Right? Then I take more. I'm mixing it gently, right? Gently. Almost done. Okay, so now this is it's very, very hot as I'm touching it right now. Very hot. Because of the very hot lye, I'm putting it into a water bath so that it can cool off, right? So it's going to cool off. It's going to cool off before I mix it into my oil. All right, so let's wait for it to cool off. All right, so we're now going to pour our lye solution into our oil, right? So let's do it. Remember, this is a laundry bar soap, and because we are using 100% of palm kernel oil, this soap is highly cleansing. Can you see it has traced quickly? Look at it, very fast. It has traced quickly, so we have to also pour it quickly, right? So let's get to it. 500 grams. We have our mold ready. Now let's pour. Okay. Okay. Ah, this mold, I'm not sure if you can take everything. Oh, sugar. Oh, our mold is too small. I have to go and look for something else. All right, so this is our soap, but this mold was too small for 500 grams. So I've transferred the remaining into another mold. So we're going to wait for, within 24 hours, I'm going to unmold it. So we'll do the unmolding tomorrow. Hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, because I know that there's still more that I need to explain, but I just wanted to show you how you can mix oils and lye solution and you get a bar of soap. Remember, this is a laundry bar soap. So we're going to see how it looks when we unmold it. All right, so see you in the next video. Follow, like, ask us questions, and let me know if you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.